So every day that's going by, people are running through a whole bunch of multiple offer situations, going into a whole bunch of deals, doing a whole bunch of work where, well, things aren't really coming out the way you want them to. Now listen, that's okay. Shit happens. I mean, pardon me, but that's the way it goes. I got some, French in me. The idea here, though, is you've got to remember, when this stuff happens, you got to figure out, why did it happen? Where did I lose that? Where did I go wrong? Did I go wrong? You see, because when we lose, when we don't get the things we ultimately want, when we're working really, really, really hard, but we don't get there, it's easy for us to tap in and go, wait a second, what did I do wrong? It's all on me. And then when you say, and somebody tries to tell you, well, hey, listen, brush it off. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Keep moving. You got to move on to the next one. It's really, really hard to do that. It's not simple to do that. So we need to look at these situations and ask ourselves, what did I do wrong? Or what could I have done better? It's important to dig deep and start to really frame the situation and look at it and say, did I do anything wrong? You see, because in a lot of cases you didn't. Maybe there's always something more you can do, right? But to let it ride on you, to let it weigh you down, to let it hang over your head and really shape what the rest of your day is going to look like, well, that's just going to bring you down. So instead, what you need to do is analyze it. You need to learn from it. Ask yourself, what can you do better? Where did you go wrong? How could you help more? Again, what can you learn from it to make yourself better the next time around? And as I use multiple offer situations as an example, sometimes it's got nothing to do with what you did or didn't do. Sometimes it's just the fact that maybe the money wasn't right. Maybe it's what your client did. In that sense, can you actually advise your client better? Can you learn something from that and help them be better? Prepare them for the next situation. Look, losing is part of the game. If you're going to play the game, you are going to lose. It's funny, I was just telling our baseball team the other day, because I got a whole bunch of baseball players. There's 12 of them on the team. They're 9-year-olds, and some of them get really, really upset when they don't hit the ball. But I try to explain to them, I say, look, a good batting average in the major leagues is like 300. That means out of every 10 times somebody goes up to bat, they only hit it 3 times. And that's a good batting average. Nobody ever bats 1,000. So the important lesson here is learning to lose. And I said this to my Mindshare Masters the other day in our private community, which, by the way, if you're not part of, you got to be part of. And in order to be part of that, you can either join that through going onto our coaching page on my website, join that, it's like $19 a month, or check out the Mindshare Master event that's going to be, or the Mindshare 101, the Mindshare Mastermind that we're doing. Forgive me, it's a Monday morning. The Mindshare Mastermind event that we're doing that's starting on September 8th. You can check that out at themsc101.com. But in order to be part of the Mindshare Masters group, you can get in anyway. Anyhow, I told them, I said to them, look, learn to lose. And my father said this to me when I was really young age. We'd be running around. This was back in the day in newspapers where you'd look for the hockey tryouts and you'd ask yourself, you'd look at the hockey tryouts and go, where's one tryout? Where's the next tryout? Anyhow, I'd be looking at one. I remember one time I got cut from a team and I looked at my dad and says, Dad, quickly, we can get to the other tryout really quickly. And he reminded me about this years later. He says, son, didn't really say son, probably said David, but you learn to lose. And I respect that about you. And I said, learn to lose? Who wants to learn to lose? I want to learn to win. He says, I understand, but learning to lose, you can learn what you can do better the next time, and you don't let it ride on you, so you're always out there, you're resilient, you're always trying to get better, you're always trying to do more. And that's really what it's all about. So if you run into a multiple offer situation this week, if you run into anything this week, a phone call, anything, you didn't get the deal, remember, I want you, keep your chin up, learn to lose, smile about it, learn from it, move on, and be better because of it. Have a happy Monday.